on and develop the land power instruments, the Army and Marine Corps and things like that. And so ultimately the contest boils down to who's going to spend the most money, who's going to spend the less money, who's going to be most successful. And Mackinder and others would say the land power, I think, my interpretation of it is the land power eventually is going to be throttled by the sea power as long as commerce remains chiefly on the sea. And that's what the sea power is going to intend. And that's what the sea power is going to design if it can. And its whole economy will be based on commerce overseas. What did the nature of globalists and these people that Doug Macgregor, for example, calls globalists, and others would call modernist in terms of the world economy and everybody sharing things and just-in-time philosophy and all that. That's very much supportive of the maritime power because that's how it gets around. It gets around on the oceans. You can't replace the oceans with air power. Believe me, in the U.S. military, we thought for a while there we could do it with an air bridge, but we sent 95% of the supplies to Iraq for the first Iraq war by sea. And I dare say it's still pretty much by sea that these things move. So if you are a maritime power, not only can you dictate the terms of commerce in the world, and they have to be on the oceans, you can also dictate how those oceans are controlled. China says no. And Doug Macgregor would say, and I've heard Doug say this, and I don't like it when he says this because I know China a little better than that, I think. He says they're not a sea power. He says they're a land power par excellence, and their base road initiative and all they're doing would make it look that way. And he thinks, I believe, I'm putting